It's not really a secret, and there's a lot of shirts that I would like to add to my collection, like this one right here or this one. But basically, I like a lot of football shirts. And well, the Premier League has a lot of good football shirts and a lot of good football kits. So today we're going to be ranking the best kits of every team that plays in the 23-24 Premier League season. And we're going to be going from A to Z, basically. So we're going to be starting with Arsenal, and let's just get straight into this. My favorite Arsenal kit was last season's Arsenal kit, and I know that's going to be a bit of controversy around that, but I love it. I really like the shirts with the GVC. Is that the way to say it? I don't know, I'm not English. With that sponsor on it, but I just think that this one is one of the best shirts they've ever had, and it's my favorite. Moving on to Aston Villa, and my personal favorite, and I think a lot of people's favorite are Aston Villa kits, were the 1990 until 1992 shirts. It's amazing. You can see here Dwight York wearing it. It's just a beautiful kit. It's an amazing, like, basic 90s kit, and I love it. I would like to have this in my collection because of course I collect kits. It has to be a 9 out of 10 for me. And let's keep going. We're going straight and we're going quick into this because I don't want to make this a video that's too long. Then on to Bournemouth, and I personally think their 2014-2015 jersey is one of the best they've ever had. Probably the best they've ever had. And even though it hasn't got one of the best shirt makers, shirt creators, I just think the gold it just fits really well with the black and red, and I think it's Bournemouth's best kit by far. And before we move on, I quickly want to say that this is just my personal opinion, so if you don't agree with any of these, I don't care. And moving on to Brentford, it's their 2000 until 2002 jersey that they used. I just think it's beautiful, it's great. I just think it's an instant classic, and even though, like, it isn't the best shirt in this video, it's basically because Brentford don't really have great shirts, but I still really like this one, and I think the color really adds to it. And we move on to another team that don't really have a lot of good shirts. It's Brighton. And I've basically just picked their 1920 kit because it doesn't look half bad, and I mean, it's alright, it's not great, but like I said, they don't really have a lot of good kits. Moving on to newly promoted Burnley. I mean, it's their 96 till 98 jersey. I just quite like this one, to be honest. And like the last few, they don't really have a lot of really good first home jersey designs. And we keep it moving and we go on to Chelsea. And I'm personally not a big Chelsea fan, but they do have a lot of nice kits over the years. But this one is definitely the best in my opinion. I just really have a soft spot for Umbro, and I just think the Fly Emirates sponsor is great. The color is great, and I just like a basic kit, and this is just a good example of a basic kit. On to Crystal Palace now, and the second team that's from the 2020-23 season. I mean, let's be honest, Crystal Palace don't really have a lot of great kits, but this one is just a beauty. Normally I don't really like Macron shirts, but they really did a good job with this template. And they also used it for Split, I believe, one of the Croatian teams. This is just a good template, and I love the shirt. And now on to Everton, and like I said, I just have a soft spot for Umbro kits. It's probably because I'm an Ajax fan and Umbro has done really well for us in the past. But this shirt, the sponsor, is iconic. I love the design. I'm not even an Everton fan, but I love this shirt. I'm in love with it. If I find it anywhere on classic football shirts or anything, I'm buying it. I don't even care what the price is. This is an absolute gorgeous shirt. And after one iconic sponsor, we move on to the next one. Fulham. It's their 2001-2002 kit, I believe. I personally just really like this one. I mean, the Pizza Hut logo is basically one of the biggest reasons why I like this kit, because it's just different. But at the same time, even without the logo, and in the next year, the year after this one, they use the same jersey but with a different sponsor. I still like the kit. It's still probably one of the best kits. So that's why it's here. And now we're moving into genuinely some of the best kits in Premier League history. And this is definitely one of them from Liverpool. I mean, the template they use, the Adidas logo, the old Adidas logo, the old Liverpool logo. The candy sponsor, it's just one of the most iconic kits in the history of this entire league, of entirety of football, let's be honest here. I mean, I'm not one of the guys who likes to just overrate the Premier League, but this is one of the best kits ever. This was one of the weirdest ones to actually find, because Luton Town, of course, is not the biggest of clubs, but they do have a lot of jerseys. And this one is just great. Like, I don't understand how I've never seen this kit before like trying to make this video. It's actually a beautiful jersey and I love it. I'm confused as to how I've never seen this before, because it's out there, that's true, but I still really like it. And by the way, it's from the 91-92 season. Moving on to the current treble winners, Man City. I mean, I just think they're really underrated with jerseys. They just have so many good shirts. And I think Man United gets most of the fame for shirts, but Man City have quite a lot of good ones. And I personally think that this jersey is just amazing. This Kappa template is beautiful. And I love this jersey. I don't even have anything to do with Man City, but this shirt, it deserves to be in a museum. It's so good. The brother sponsor is amazing. It looks amazing. 10 out of 10. Easy. Moving on to the other side of Manchester, the red team. Basically, the best team in the Premier League history, with some of the best kits in Premier League history. And I went for their 98 to 2000s kit. I mean, I could have gone for 2002 and 2003 kit, but I just think that this one is just a little bit better. I like the Sharp sponsor a bit more than the Vodafone sponsor. I do, like I said before, I have a soft spot for Umbro. So yeah, I just think this is one of the best kits, if not the best kit of this entire video, of the entirety of the Premier League history. And immediately moving on to another jersey which is considered one of the best in Premier League history. Mainly because of the sponsor, because the kit itself, I mean, it's great, but it's alright. But the sponsor is it just works. It just works really well. And you'll never see a sponsor like this on shirts today. Yes, it's Newcastle's 99 to 2000s kit. Their 2000 to 2001 jersey had a different sponsor. And I just think that this Newcastle Brown Ale works way better on the jersey. And I just love the way it looks. I don't know why. It's just my favorite kit Newcastle have had. They've actually had quite a few good kits in their early years, like the 90s era. But I think this one is definitely the best. And now on to Nottingham Forrest. And they're one of the only teams in this video that actually has a shirt in the video that's like later than, Jesus, that's Dutch. After 2010, basically. It's their 2017-18 jersey, and I just love it. It's something different than just the red they had. I really like the added lines. I like that I think the sponsor works on the jersey. I just think it looks great. To be honest, they didn't really have a lot of great kits, but I love this one. I just love the design. It's basic, but it's not basic like the other jerseys that they have. On to Sheffield United, and this one looks quite a lot like the Brentford one, but I just think this one is just a bit better. I think the red, white and black works really well with the sponsor, with the logo, and I like the color. I like the color that they used for this. It's amazing. They used this in 1997 till 1999, and I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about it. It's just a great kit, and even if they introduced this one today, I still think I would genuinely think it's great. Not just because it's from the 90s, because most of these jerseys are from the 90s, so I definitely can see that, but this one is definitely the best Sheffield have had in their entire history. And moving on to Totspur, what's that? And I mean, I really don't like Tottenham. I'm gonna be honest here, I hate them, because they they basically gave me my biggest heartbreak in football when they defeated Ajax in our own home. So it's quite painful to actually compliment them and say that even though they have a lot of really awful looking jerseys, they do have a lot of good shirts as well. And I personally think that this one from 1991 till 1993 is one of their best. I mean, it was a really hard choice because this one and 2001, 2003 jerseys are their best. But I hate to be complimenting Tottenham, so I'm quickly gonna move on to my favorite team in London, which is West Ham. And they, like, genuinely, after Man United, I think it's probably Arsenal with the best jerseys, but after them, it's West Ham. And I think many West Ham fans will agree when they see that I've put this jersey as their best one. I mean, the Dr. Martens sponsor is just iconic. Villa had a lot of great shirts in this time. And the old West Ham logo is also beautiful. And I just think the claret and blue works really well in this design. And I also think a bit of this grayness from this kit is probably because they had a lot of great players back then, like Di Canio and Lampard. So I think that works as well. And now on to the last team in this video, Wolverhampton Wanderers. They don't have a lot of good kits. I'll be honest, they don't have a lot, but I quite like this one. It's still not amazing, but I like the Doritos sponsor. I like the color once again. I just think 90s shirts are amazing. Even though this isn't one of their 90s kits, it does just look like a 90s kit. It's the 2002 to 2003 jersey. I mean, the Doritos sponsor is just iconic, and I do believe that they used this kit when they got promoted to the Premier League at that point. So it also has a bit of a history to it, and I quite like that. But guys, that's going to be the end of this video, and please tell me if you like this or not. I will probably do like the best away kits of every single Premier League team, and please let me know if I should do it with like other leagues. And if you don't agree with any of these decisions that I made, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I just want to say, please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.